Welcome back to the Marie Kondo style of presentation. This time around, I'm going to give you guys a little bit more of insight on why we packed the bags the way that we did, and some other pointers maybe on how to help you think about your presentation and who you're going to be seeing that day or for a week or whatever. So I'm going to start with our Dino Zoli collection, which, as you can see, takes up this portion of the suitcase. I always typically start with Baby Bear. It's just so soft and is a really great conversation starter. People always get really enthusiastic about it when you start there. After Baby Bear, of course, I work my way through the Dino Zoli collection, and I will finish up with Baltico and Pacifico. As you know, those are indoor-outdoor, which gives you a perfect transition into the new Naked Spirit collection because, as you know, it is also indoor-outdoor since it's 100% Belladura. Okay, the next little chunk, again, still indoor-outdoor, the Urban collection. From there, going off of My Way that has a little bit of the chenille yarn in there, makes a perfect transition into the plush, I call it the plushy group. We have Lafayette, Palms, Undercover, and our two digitally printed velvets. Really, this whole side is perfect for hospitality. You can even get quite a bit of traction with senior living out of this, and corporate as well. So moving from there, I like to go into the higher end section of Anzea. We have Florentine, one of Mitzi's designs. Then we have Mohair and Catwalk, okay? That section is definitely one that can be swapped out depending on where you're going. Now, from Catwalk, I've got La Piazza right next to it, which I always love to show because it helps people to realize that you can have a really expensive fabric along with one that is not so expensive and average out your difference there, which I think helps the designer when they're planning. As you can see, we're going over into the wools and plaid section. We have Lumberjack, Limerick, Lumberjane, Party Boat, and then Top Coat. That whole group goes really, really well together with color, pattern, and scale. We've gone from the highest end of Anzea on one side of the suitcase, working our way down in price. Top Coats is one of the least expensive in this whole row. I then move over to the definitely the under 30 section, if you want to refer to it that way. But as you know, we've got some of these in our curated basics section. And these start, you know, I think $16, $18 a yard. And then we have our 30 under 30 group, which is all $29 a yard. So the two in the middle here, Jazz and Garden Gems, help as a transition into the small suitcase, or suitcase number 2. Reason being, Jazz is finished with Krypton, solution dyed and bleach cleanable. Garden Gems is also solution dyed and bleach cleanable. So when we move into the second bag, you will see that that entire bag has the Belladura Indoor Outdoor, along with the rest of our Kryptons and solution dyed fabrics. So it just helps you bridge the gap in going from this suitcase to the small suitcase. Now I'm gonna show you how to properly fold and condense everything back to get it back in the suitcase like we started. And I'm gonna show you with Baby Bear. So you have your flag, and you need to fold it in half long ways. Then take the rest of your memos place them in the middle. And since Baby Bear is so thick, you want to make sure to have your tags just staggered kind of all the way around. Otherwise, with all the tags in one spot, it'll be way too thick. After you get your memos placed in the middle, fold one, fold two, half, and then back into the suitcase. Right there. We've just transitioned from the large suitcase. We left off with Jazz and Garden Gems. Again, solution dyed, bleach cleanable, and Krypton. Segueing into the small suitcase. On the woven fabric side, everything in here is bleach cleanable and solution dyed. We've got indoor outdoor here, all here, and then one here. This section is Kryptons and or just solution dyed and bleach cleanable. So the thinking behind this side of the bag is that you can take all your indoor outdoor along with the solution dyed fabrics into a healthcare call or senior living, also hospitality. One thing I do definitely want to point out though, earlier when I mentioned about being able to customize or do some plug and play type things, I have a whole group sitting out over here that I can just swap out. Say for example, if I know that I'm going only to hospitality accounts today, or anybody that I'm going to be seeing is not really going to be interested in Krypton fabrics, you can just take that section out and plug in the rest of the indoor outdoor. On our coated fabric side, we have this organized for you by category, all right? So we start back here at the top with our hybrids, silicone and polyurethane hybrids here. Rolling on down this side, these are all silicone, 100% silicone. Transitioning over, we have polyurethanes all down here, okay? We're gonna loop up this way. Here's our too close to call section. And then beginning right in the middle of the suitcase, from here on over are gonna be the PVCs. You've got your whole fat stack here. So you split your stack in half. And then twist it so that you are seeing the back sides of the tags, all right? Then fold together and together. Face your tags. Here you have your stack. And then just put it right back in the suitcase. When we put all this together, we really try to think about the ease of transitions between the collections and the performance categories. And I think that by presenting this way, you help, like I said before, guide the designer on a whole journey through the Anzea collection.